Now it's time to talk about Bluetooth, and let's face it, this is the real reason why you've tuned in, because it's one of the key differences for this particular device, range, and how the Virto sits in the industry. The significance of this hearing aid really does rest on the fact that it has Marvel technology, and this technology has been so successful across other ranges of Phonak's hearing aids. The added Bluetooth capabilities to this flagship device, being the 312 Virto, has also provided wearers an additional aspect of the hearing aid that will help them in a number of different areas that I'll go through very shortly. So what is all the hype, you say? Well, the Marvel technology on the sword chip for the Virto devices is arguably one of the most successful ever, at least in Australia anyway, over the last couple of years. I've lost count of the number of times that I've heard clients call me and say very similar things, like this hearing aid is simply saved my marriage. I'm communicating like never before. I can speak to my son and my daughter in London or overseas without worrying about them anymore and their security and their safety. And my favourite last week was Roy Orbison sounds younger again. I've even trialled my father-in-law on alternative brands because I didn't really trust whether or not the Phonak Marvel was a great device, and he hasn't given it back at the very end after the full trialling period. So what are the benefits and without all this tech speak so that you can understand what it actually means? Well, firstly, it all starts with the Bluetooth types that are available on this device. The device itself virtually connects to any device or old mobile phone with Bluetooth. So devices such as iPads, computers, stereo systems, and even your TV. Simply putting it, it can improve all aspects of your life if you're still very active. You can now listen to music with better clarity, hear phone calls in both ears, and confidently return those calls. You can relax on your back deck and watch YouTube videos just like this one while the summer storms roll in and still have confidence that you're hearing what you're watching. The opportunity to connect is like no other device, and that's because the Phonak Virto and Marvel devices available through Phonak actually connect to both Android and Apple devices. When hearing in noisy environments is an issue, you can also have the added comfort knowing that the Phonak range of accessories for watching things like TVs in noisy rooms, turning up the volume on remotes, placing extra microphones at the end of boardroom tables is available. The technology can be built upon should your lifestyle and demands change. On that, my father-in-law told me he used to sit at the end of boardroom tables, particularly around softly spoken people. Now he's got his new Marvel devices, his life has changed. He can sit anywhere in a boardroom and interact with anyone around the table, knowing that he's got the confidence that he's hearing what he needs to hear and concentrating on the important issues. When it comes to specifically to phone calls, this is a really key area. The call will actually ring in your ears. You push a button on the side of the hearing device and simply start talking. The hearing aid has built-in microphones, so you don't even need your phone out. You can simply leave it in your pocket. This is unlike many other brands that are available on the market. So what are the limitations? There are always some, and I'm going to take you through them because I think it really does come down to how you manage the technology. So the Marvel basically connects to any mobile phone, and it has, mobile phones have got speakers on the base of them as well as microphones, so it's very close to your mouth. However, with a hearing aid, the sound needs to go from your mouth up to your ear, where the microphone is on the hearing aid. That can pose some difficulties. I've found that people with loud voices, deep voices, tend to have the best success when answering and taking calls, particularly in noisy environments. But let me put it this way. I've had this one client that generally calls me once a week on a Friday as she's brushing her horses out the west of Sydney. She doesn't have any issues talking to me over the phone and having a chat. In fact, we're very rarely interrupted unless a horse starts to win and carry on. I guess you just need to trial the devices and see if they match your lifestyle. If you don't have a smartphone, there is also a Bluetooth calling feature available on some phones. It just needs to see if it connects to the devices. So if you want clarity and whether or not your phone will work, simply call us on 1300 010 064 and ask the question, we can find out for you. Finally, people who have used the phone a lot, confidently I can say they're having very few issues. They're actually improving their life and the quality of their calls. It's increasing their ability to communicate effectively, especially when the audio is in both their ears, which is new in the Marvel range. Another note worth making is that the Bluetooth antennas in the new Virto Marvels are unlike many others in other brands. In fact, the reason for this is the antenna, we are told, goes around the outside of the shell. This increases the hearing aid's ability to transmit sound from one device back through the phone to the person on the other end. So the quality of call for your person who is calling you is improved. Distance can be an issue. I mean, Bluetooth only goes so far, and that's up to about 10 meters. So what we say to people is try facing your phone in different directions, walking away from your phone when you're on a call when you first get the devices, and understand how the devices will work for you in your environment. So far, there's a lot of things to consider here, but the Bluetooth technology has been very, very successful. So for the perfect conditions, what we suggest is position your phone at the start to see where it works best. Try and answer calls in quieter environments and speak louder. In time, you'll see your lifestyle will match the technology, or you'll find scenarios where you're more comfortable making calls. Regardless, the success of the Phonak Marvel devices in the past has been largely contributed to the Bluetooth capabilities. And moving forward with the new custom devices in the Virto range, we're very confident that Bluetooth technology will assist you in many aspects of your life. At EarDeals, all our hearing aid prices are available online in full transparency, alongside our free hearing aid service package. To see our prices online, please visit www.eardeals.com.au. Our standard of testing includes real ear measurement, or REMS. EarDeals conducts a full diagnostic free hearing test, so you know that the quality of our testing matches the quality of our big brand hearing aids. Finally, EarDeals has the National Safety and Quality Health Service Standard. We are one of only a few hearing clinics who have this high level of accreditation in Australia.